Welcome back. I'm now joined by Heidi Davidson with the Grand Junction Police Department. Heidi, thank you so much for coming on once again.
Always my pleasure. Thank you.
So, exciting week for you guys.
Yes.
It is Colorado Law Enforcement Records Personnel Week.
Yes.
And it's the first one.
That's right. Yeah, kind of a mouthful, but
oh my gosh.
Governor John Hickenlooper, for the first time, is recognizing the law enforcement records personnel across the state. You and I were talking before we started about, we've got Police Week, we've got EMS Week, we've got Telecommunicators Week, and this is an opportunity for us to recognize the people who do a lot of the behind the scenes work for public safety.
Yeah, and law enforcement is so beloved on the Western Slope, and I'm so excited that a whole nother department is getting recognized. But for people who don't know, what do they do for the community?
You know, I think there's so much that goes into that, especially kind of if you take a step back and think about just what you said. We enjoy an incredible amount of support for law enforcement in Grand Junction and Mesa County as a whole. And while those first responders are taking care of us and taking care of the community, records plays a crucial role in taking care of them. Not just taking care of the community, but helping our officers to do their jobs more efficiently and effectively. And the range of things that they do, from being certified experts in the Colorado Open Records Act, which is complex, and knowing how to release those records and take care of those criminal justice records that ultimately lead to successful prosecution of criminals. They deal with registered sex offenders. On the other end of the spectrum, they register bikes for kids. There's so much, so many services that they provide to the community that that there's really little public information about, and it's great to get to celebrate them. And it doesn't end there. I mean, they're hosting potlucks. They're taking care of these people that are on the front lines, right? Yeah, and I mean, personally, I think that's one of the most valuable things that they offer. It's not just their crucial technical expertise in how a law enforcement agency runs, but it's the fact that they are the heart and soul of our department. It's they are the place where we gather to be reminded that our law enforcement agency is a family. They feed us. They create games and fun that brings some levity where it's so much needed in a place like a police department. They create this sense of morale and encouragement for all of our staff that elevates the way that we're able to do our job. And we're just so fortunate to have them be ambassadors for our department. That's so great. So what are you guys doing to celebrate them? Well, the cool thing tonight is, since this is the first week this has ever happened, our city council, the Grand Junction City Council, is going to read the proclamation acknowledging that this is Colorado Law Enforcement Records Personnel Week. We have some things in store for them throughout the week that so often celebrations revolve around food, and this is no exception. But it just really, the most important part is to provide an opportunity for us to recognize them. They do the behind the scenes work, they're backstage, they do so much that goes unrecognized, not just by the community, but maybe even internally as well. And this is a great reminder for us to commend them, to thank them, and to acknowledge the hard work that they do to make sure that our agency runs smoothly and efficiently. Yeah, wonderful. Yeah. Well, I hope everyone gets out there and thanks all those people on that team. You bet. People bring cookies all the time for police or whatever. Yeah. If you feel so inclined, stop by the front desk and just let these ladies know how appreciated they are and acknowledge the hard work they do for us. Great. Yeah. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for coming on today. Thank you so much for having me. You're welcome. And we'll have all that information on our web channel as well, westernslopenow.com.